And it's something that I've always wondered too, because like I like acting. I did improv at Second City. I did 2 acting classes at Second City as well. And I enjoyed it.
But I'm so fun.
But I don't want to go through auditions and do that. Like I would only want to act in things that like are my friends wrote something and I like what they wrote.
Yeah.
Or I wrote something and I want to star in it. Like that's where I'm more interested in the acting thing for me personally. But I really respect how people like go through and do the audition process because like when that's your thing, that is how you do it.
Yeah.
Right. Like for me, acting is a part of what I want to do, but it's not the main thing. So it's easy for me to be like, I don't need to do those things.
Yeah.
But for somebody who's like, no, acting is like something I'm really passionate about.
Yeah.
I want to do it. Well, then you got to go to these auditions. You have to put yourself out there and you got to just take the shot. And you never know which one is going to be the gig that puts you on or even the gig that just ascends you to the next level in terms of booking.
Yeah.
Would you find that there are levels to it? And is there a point where it's like, okay, I hit this minimum level and I'm not going to dip below that again? Or is the industry kind of like finicky where it doesn't matter that you've done things?
I think it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you do get a reputation with your agencies, with the casting directors, and that's great. So it helps you to get called in the room more often. But just because you're called in the room more often doesn't necessarily mean you're going to book it. Or just because you booked some huge commercial or job prior, that doesn't mean that you're going to qualify for the next one. Because what I've learned is that like they can bring you in the room. However, the client ultimately usually is the one that's going to be the one saying yes or no to the final decision.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And that's kind of like the vibe that I get, but I don't know enough about it. So that's why I figured I'd ask you. But I always got the vibe that it's like, you know, yeah, you were hot 10 minutes ago, but, you know, it's 15 minutes now.
You're totally right. That's just how it is. And that's why a lot of actors and like models and stuff like that, they often invest in their own portfolio and like create their own work just to keep content coming and keep themselves active, whether they're booking with clients or not. It's just what you have to do.
It is what you have to do. And how much would you say has changed in like the last 10 years or so from the internet? Like how much has the landscape changed in terms of the type of gigs that are being offered, the type of content that's being made, which platforms they're put on?
I would say probably 80% of the jobs that I book, they're actually for internet, whether it's like for content for the client's website or their social media. And usually like the broadcast stuff for TV, those do come through and a lot of them are union. But it's majority web-based.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the landscape at this point is like, it's knowing that everybody's watching things on the internet. Most eyeballs are on the internet. They're not on cable TV anymore.
Right.
They're not on even regular, like the national news channels. So I guess what I wonder is like, how often do you get booked for like a YouTuber's gig? You know, like somebody who just needs an actress for a sketch or something. Like, does that happen, or is most of your stuff like companies and businesses that need?
It's more corporate, yeah. Because I do a lot of commercial work, so it's all like brands and stuff like that.
That's where the money's at.
It is.
I mean, honestly, like
I'm not mad.
Yeah, it might be more fun to do like some YouTube sketches and whatever, but also like the working conditions could be worse.
Yeah.
You know? Because like there's also that level of like professionalism. So nowadays, the entry level point of where anybody can make anything, anybody with a phone can really make a piece of content. And if you have like a decent lighting kit or something like that. I mean, that's how I shoot this thing. I literally shoot this on phones and I shoot it with
and it looks great.
Lights.
You never know.
Right? You never know. And so that's where, with a certain level of professionalism, you won't feel the difference, even though the equipment might be different. But then you can get the opposite, where it's like, it's a YouTuber, they don't really know what they're doing, they didn't even go to school for video production, they somehow just caught a wave and got some success, and then maybe they're not the best working conditions, right? Like where the set kind of sucks. Or
well, I would say like in a situation like that, or even like student films or something, I would take those opportunities if it's an area of interest of mine that like I know I want to grow in, I want to improve in, then it's totally worth it.
Yeah.
And I've had some stuff where I've done student films, and this was years ago, but the production was great. Everything was really, really good. However, my performance was really terrible. So I was not able to use it for my reel.
Aww.
But again, it goes back to like challenging yourself and continuing to learn as you go through your career.